Mexico has had 4 CIA presidents. That is not like hearsay or conspiracy theory. They've straight up had 4 CIA presidents, and every other president's pretty much been a tool and a lapdog of the US up until Obrador, which was the president previous to Sheinbaum, right? Like, Mexico and Central and South America have had to deal with Operation Condor that has caused so much death and destruction to destroy anything that resembled the left in Central and South America that tried to fight for the rights of the people and to not have its resources exploited by the US. Mexico paid the price for Plan Merida, which was the original way that the US tried to get Central and South American migrants from coming up. People are always talking about, oh yeah, well, the Mexicans don't want to deal with the US border, but how come, look at Mexico has a border with Guatemala. Guess what? Mexico didn't pay for that border wall. The US paid for that border wall. The US paid to train and run the military operations on that southern border wall. It wasn't Mexican. Yes, the neoliberal right-wing presidents of Mexico, their US lapdogs, went along with it. They were always along with it. But that wasn't Mexico's plan. That wasn't the people of Mexico's plan. In the 80s, when El Salvador had its civil war, there was a huge migration that came up through Mexico to the US. And in that migration, a lot of Mexican families opened their doors to Central and South American migrants. My grandma's house was one of them. It was close to a big bus station in Mexico City. So it was always known that migrants could pop in there and stay the night there, and the floor was full of folks and people were coming and going. And years later, people would come back and thank my grandma because she opened her doors for them 20 years prior and blah, 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 blah. The point is, we paid that price. The price of capitalism is inflation hits, and all of a sudden the price of all the food and gas and everything goes up twofold. All of a sudden you have massive job loss. All of a sudden the swap meets get bigger and more frequent everywhere. All of a sudden everybody has side hustles because there's no formal economy. That's the real price of capitalism. So at the end of the day, we are here because you were there.